So every company needs software solutions for their company, whether it be basic or higher tier level, advanced, and that's including commercial finance. So funders, brokers, whatever your role is on either side of the coin. So really excited to have my guest today. He's the co-founder and CEO of Cloudsquare, which is a software solutions provider. So my guest is Jeff Morgenstein. Jeff, good to have you on.
Thanks. Happy to be here, Shane.
No, great to meet you. Even a couple of weeks ago, we had a chance to catch up in New York at the trade show, the Brokers Expo up there. Got to know a little bit more about you and your company. So really, I appreciate you coming and taking some time out of your day. I know you're swamped, and people are really trying to implement your software and every other software out there into their company. So just give me a little bit of background on yourself, how you became, CEO and co-founder of Cloudsquare. And then we're going to go over the technologies that brokers are using, how CRMs have evolved over the years, technology that you guys offer, and then some other operational and sales tactics for brokers.
Sure, absolutely. Again, thanks for having me here, Shane. Happy to do this interview. I think it will help the brokers in the space and people looking to possibly start their own shop think about what technology they should be considering. So personally, I've always been a tech kid. I've always been fixing computers, been that neighborhood computer guy. So I was always technical at heart. Shortly after the session, after doing accounting for a little time, I actually went into sales. So I did phone sales for about 8 years or so, and I learned the need of CRM. That was after 2008. So between 2008 and 2013 or 14 or so, I was heavily utilizing the CRM. Which helped me understand the value that systems can bring. And fast forward into, and I was actually using Salesforce at the time. And 2014, I had the great opportunity to join a Salesforce consulting company out in Los Angeles, where I learned a lot about the merchant cash advance space. Worked with many interesting and big clients in the space back then. Saw all the nooks and crannies of the space, what it has to offer, what the needs are, and saw the market grow and evolve over time. Their needs change from 2014 to today. In 2018, Cloudsquare started. Me and my co-founder, Dennis Michaela, we opened up Cloudsquare to fulfill the need of bringing high quality lender and broker specific solutions for the alternative business lending industry on the Salesforce platform. And that's essentially where we are today.
Nice. That's a journey that I think a lot of people take, and some maybe even to it's a big step if they're changing industries, changing careers. So I applaud you for that. And so here we are now with Cloudsquare. It seems like you guys have really got some momentum, at least from what my recognition and the way I see, you guys out there. So talk to me a little bit about the technology that brokers are using and what they need, and kind of what, maybe even the questions that they're asking you about your solutions.
Sure, absolutely. So when it comes to the needs of brokers, brokers more or less need the same foundation. They need to be able to manage their leads and their pipeline of deals. They need a dialing solution, ideally. I mean, nobody is really manually dialing these days. They need some sort of way to intake applications, whether it's through an e-sign solution or having an online application form. They need email and obviously SMS capabilities, right, to reach out to their customers. They need to be able to submit to lenders, either via email or log into a portal. Some actually take the next step of integrating with lenders. They need a way to track their offers from the lenders, who's approved, who's declined, tracking commissions that are owed, tracking the renewals of their customers, right? When somebody is up for renewal and when they can pitch them on taking more funds, and obviously reporting and analytics. Those are that's the most that's a necessity for any broker looking to start their own or company, or looking for a technology solution.
Right.
Other big boys and brokers that want to grow, nice to haves are having some sort of lead distribution automation, bank statement parsing, credit checks, marketing automation, lead attribution, duplicate management, syndication management, and and what you see here in the spaces, you have CRMs built for MCA,
Mm-hmm.
for brokers and funders. And there's some great names out there,
Mm-hmm.
and they have their pros and cons. The pros are it's built for the space, it's easy to set up, your go-to-market is fast, and it's overall less expensive. But there are downsides with that. With any solution that is built for specific spaces, you're going to hit limitations and customizations that you can make as your needs grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're black boxed into this solution. Some platforms have some capabilities of customizations and scaling up, but there will come a point in time where you just will outgrow the solution. There are concerns about data privacy. Who owns your data? Who has access to your data? Is it yours? Is it not?
That's a huge one. Yeah.
Exactly, in this space, that's a huge one, a
Yep.
huge one. And obviously the other concern is, well, once you start funding, will it handle the needs of your that you will have as a funder? And are there extra fees to fund? There are platforms out there that will get you up and running as a funder, but they take 1% or more or less, off of every settled payment.
Right.
So those are the industry specific CRMs that are out there today.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the platforms, right, that are not industry specific. You can buy the platform and customize it for any industry. For example, HubSpot, Zoho, and obviously Salesforce, right?
Yep.
So and HubSpot and Zoho are great for their needs, right? And Salesforce is obviously considered the Rolls Royce of all the CRM platforms out there for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on your price point and your needs of where you are in your life cycle and your technology appetite, one will fit the bill for you, right, at your needs. But what we realize is that most customers shopping for a CRM, they don't really truly understand what Salesforce is and what the possibilities are with Salesforce. And it's kind of like I don't know, WordPress. I don't know how much experience your viewers have of WordPress, but
yeah,
WordPress is a platform to build websites, and you can build any website on top of it. WordPress hosts a large majority of all the websites out there, and Salesforce is like a toolbox. So imagine you have a house. You have a foundation, you have the wiring, you have the plumbing, you have the walls. You can live in the house, right? It's
mm-hmm.
right. It's going to be a little cold. It's going to be a little comfortable, but you want to change. You want to choose your paint. You want to choose your floors. You want to choose your finishings. You want that bathroom vanity. You want that kitchen cabinet color, and etc. And so Salesforce, is that foundation, and you are building on top of that for your specific needs. And if it's not set up right, the CRM is just going to be a Rolodex, and you're just wasting your money. So, you need to configure your fields, the workflows, automation. You want to plug in a dialer on top, e-sign solution on top. And, that's where Cloudsquare really brings value, is where we help our customers understand where technology can take their business
Mm-hmm.
by painting a picture of the endless capabilities that the Salesforce platform can bring. And it's like, if you can imagine it, you can build it.
Yeah.
But there are obviously some benefits and disadvantages to that, right? It's robust, it's scalable, it's customizable. Salesforce constantly adding new features 3 times a year. You can make it your own, right? It's your secret sauce, that it's your intellectual property, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the downside, obviously, it's more costly to implement. You got licensing, you're slow to market. But the biggest benefit of all is the data privacy. It is your own data. Nobody has access to that, right? And there is no concerns about that as well.
Okay.
And that belongs to you. Yeah.
Yeah, and talk a little bit more about that, and even some of the integrations, if you don't mind, really, like APIs, kind of submissions to lenders, and I don't know if you know off the top of your head, like how many lenders or funders are set up for that.
Sure. So Absolutely. That's really what brokers want, is they're looking to be the fastest to decision, the fastest to get an offer, right? And in this space, it's all about speed. So integrations, the first integration that brokers look at really to be the fastest is parsing bank statements. So there are solutions out there, right? Whether it's Heron Data, Money Thumb, Oculus, there's a plethora of solutions.
Yep.
There's also, Plaid that can help get you bank statement data or transactional data, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we actually do offer one of our products, CS Bank Link, that allows you to plug into Plaid and get those bank statements. Then lenders, they are building out APIs for brokers to submit to them directly. Now, these lenders, they are outgrowing the capabilities of their handling submissions through an email inbox, right? That's how lenders do it in the day. So they've been building APIs and portals so that brokers submit the way that lenders need them to submit, so that lenders can provide the fastest underwriting decision, right? And that's been,
yeah, I was saying that's kind of part of like the evolution, right? That's the evolution of that question of, all right, so back when, whatever it was, it's emails and uploading PDFs and all this stuff. Now it's to where the better way, the most efficient, faster way is to have everything lined up from what the funder can process as quickly. So the broker wants to get set up that way.
Exactly. And each funder has their own secret sauce. Some have homegrown proprietary systems, not Salesforce. Some do have Salesforce, and it all depends, but they all accept submissions in their own unique way, right? And that poses a pain point to the industry, because you got these brokers that they're not tech savvy out of the box, and they definitely don't have a lot of funds to hire a developer and find out what's the best way to integrate with all these lenders, right? So they either rely on going online to their lender's portal and typing in submissions manually, right? Or not submitting at all. So one value add that we have at Cloudsquare is, so we have a product that sits on top of Salesforce called CS Broker, and it's a CRM solution for brokers in the MCA space that allow them to get up and running on the Salesforce platform for MCA in a matter of weeks. You buy Salesforce, you buy our app, it's installed on top, you're good to go. And what our app also comes with, we have 2 tiers, where the higher tier allows you to integrate with, I believe at this point, 8 lenders out of the box. You can submit directly via API out of Salesforce. You don't have to go to any portal. Our app now handles email submissions and API submissions with 8 or so lenders, and we're looking to add more and more lenders as the months come.
And so those lenders, the broker would have to sign up with them first, right? Or no?
Yeah. So the brokers would have to sign up with the lenders first, right? And then they can utilize that integration once they get the credentialing from the lender. Yep.
All right. And so just back to Plaid really quickly. It sounds like funders are accepting that, right? That whatever the output of Plaid that the broker would get, a funder is accepting, it's looking enough like a PDF statement or in that whatever format that they need, correct?
Right. So so when this industry was a little less evolved, and some brokers, funders actually do this to this day, but they would require either a screen. They would on a meeting.
Oh, screen share. Yeah.
A screen share.
Oh, yeah.
It would tell the customer, log in, share your screen, so I can take a screenshot of your month-to-date transactions, right? Yeah. Or they would tell the customer to give me the credentials, right? To give the broker the credentials.
Yes, log in.
To log in, right? And do that themselves. And that's the biggest issue, because the last thing lenders want is to be stacked at the last second, right? So Plaid offers a solution where you can generate a month-to-date statement, and all you need to do as a broker or even a lender, but for brokers in this case, is send an authorization link, whether it's SMS or email, it doesn't matter. and um or it can even be part of an application intake workflow. Like there are a few solutions, but when it's time to actually fund as part of the last step, you need a month-to-date statement. You already got credentials. Plaid authorizes you as the broker to get that month-to-date statement with the click of a button, and that's what our app does. So at any time, you can request this month-to-date statement that you don't have the transactions for. And all lenders are, as far as I know, most, I'm not sure, I haven't heard of lenders not accepting it today, but most lenders are accepting that Plaid month-to-date statement, and we haven't had any pushback on that at all.
Okay. All right. And the the data part, it's one thing for brokers to trust what you're saying and all that, but how do they kind of check on that, or are they almost like withholding phone numbers and emails and stuff like that into the platform to kind of go at first and see how it's going? But what can you do to kind of ease the feelings of brokers in that
And
regard?
data privacy.
Yeah.
So the data lives in your Salesforce. So as far as Salesforce goes, right, and CS Broker. So CS Broker is a app like you install on your iPhone or Android device, and it just sits, it's installed on your phone and it lives there, right? And the data lives within your device. That app doesn't necessarily see any of your private data, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of similar in Salesforce. We have our product, CS Broker, that's built for MCA brokers. We install it on top of Salesforce, and the data you enter lives in your Salesforce instance. We don't have access to that data at all. You just have our software installed, and the only that data just lives in that instance, just in that instance. Period.
Okay.
Nobody else has access to it whatsoever.
Good, good. All right. And then on the lender side, so we talked a little bit about brokers, and the lender side, you have also, so give me also, do we not mention any other solutions you offer? You have for the broker and the lender, and then,
Yeah, so we have two flagship products, one for brokers, CS Broker, and one for lenders called obviously CS Lend, to keep it simple. And that's a end-to-end solution for lenders, what we call a loan management system that can basically take any application, whether it's from direct sales or ISOs, and you can underwrite that deal, originate it, fund it, service it, syndicate on it, all on the Salesforce platform, end-to-end servicing, ACH collections, all in Salesforce, fund deals straight from Salesforce. You don't have to leave the platform at all to do any of your lending workflows.
wow, that's amazing. It sounds amazing. And so the syndication
And
part,
we actually have a YouTube video on YouTube if you're interested, if any of you are interested to looking at a demo.
sure. No, I'll we can put that link below once this is published and so forth. Oh, and then the syndication part. Talk to us a little bit about that. How, I don't know, is it just kind of a normal setup? Is there certain things that they have to do to offer syndication, and how does that work?
So you're able to create profiles for syndicators in CS Lend, and you can configure your whatever your fees are on a per syndicator basis, and you can invite any syndicator to participate on any agreement as per your needs are, and you can set them up to be auto invited, auto committed at a specific dollar amount. If you invite syndicators, you are able to send them a invitation where they can actually view the terms of the deal through a site, a Salesforce site, and all that data lives in Salesforce. So they have the ability to view the terms of the deal. If you want to actually provide like a package for them to review what kind of deal it is, they can even see attachments there on that syndication link, a syndication invitation link. And they can decide how much they want to syndicate as well, up to, if you provide, there's a maximum that you can set if you want, whether it's on the per syndicator level or on the deal level. So our app is very flexible as far as what fees you want to charge the syndicators. They're the maximum you're allowing anybody to commit to. And it's a very easy to use tool as well. Okay. You have your Rolodex of syndicators, and you can invite anybody at any time.
Along the lines of operations sales for brokers, what kind of tips do you have, or whether it be using your software or any software, that you are seeing, kind of trends or things that you know that could help brokers and even lenders.
Absolutely. So coming from a sales background myself and seeing the evolution of CRM, the best advice I can give to brokers and lenders is the more you're investing into technology, the more effective and productive, and the more money you will be making in the long term. You're gonna avoid a lot of pitfalls that you typically run into by not going with a solution like Salesforce, where you will box yourself in, and you will be forced to spend that money that you were going to spend in the first place to move on to a more robust solution like Salesforce.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would recommend it to brokers and lenders and try to envision where you see yourself in 5 years. Okay, because typically the term of the life expectancy of a system is 5 years unless it's on Salesforce or one of these other highly customizable CRMs. Mm-hmm. And if you see yourself growing to a very large point where this system is not going to fulfill your needs, right? Think about marketing automation. Think about your do you expect to be a lender in 5 years, right? How much business you're going to be funding? What kind of deals are you going to be funding, right? Do you expect to only do MC, or are you looking to venture out to equipment, or factoring or whatnot, right? Really think hard about that and make sure you're investing your money properly, because right now it's all about speed, and it's only going to continue to be about speed. And then the next phase is customer experience. Mm-hmm. So on top of speed, are you providing the best customer friendly solution? But do you have, for example, for lenders, portals that your customers can log into and view their activity with you, view their balances? Is your application intake online the easiest, the fastest, right? Or not? Are you integrated? Is your application intake integrated with Plaid and credit checks out the spot, so you aren't asking for the information after the fact, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have business rules engines built in that allow you to underwrite and price a deal quickly, right? What about your submission? In our broker app, we have a solution called CS Broker, and I'm sorry, in our
CS Broker, yep.
In CS Broker, we have a submission channel, and you're able to see the qualifications of all the lenders that you partner with, so you can see off the bat who I should be sending this deal to. You don't have to train your submission desk like they used to have to do back in the day on, hey,
yeah, it's like a spreadsheet, because even people still do it now, and this is a huge benefit. And I know some people built it into their own system, but yeah, it's all right. You're putting in certain data points of a file, right? And then it matches up with the criteria of the lenders you have in your system, and then it's going to tell you how do you have all right, this one's going to highlight green or check mark, like this is now qualifies for the basic, these three lenders. Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's very simple. You have your terms of the deal, and every lender, you are able to set up their portfolio, their
underwriting criteria.
Their underwriting criteria. Yes, exactly. And when you enter the module, off the bat, you see, this meets these 5 lenders, and these lenders are unqualified because of these reasons. You actually see, a green check mark or a red X. It's that simple. And you know exactly why it doesn't qualify. And you're able to fire off your deal to as many lenders as you want with a click of a button. It's really that easy. Yeah. And, we're looking to make even more improvements to this submission channel with introducing automation, and obviously we're already building out the APIs. The APIs work. Now you're able to submit from the submission channel via API, not only via email, right? And we're going to continue adding to that list with the coming months. And so it's all about speed and technology and giving your customers the most friendly experience, because let's be honest, this industry is cutthroat, right? Yeah. Very cutthroat. And customers, looking for this kind of funding can cash it on quickly. So the more friendly solution you provide, the faster solution, the more chances are you're gonna, win that business.
And a couple other things, and I'll let you get out of here, is so AI. I know Salesforce introduced some sort of AI tool or part of their system now. How are you integrating that, or have you integrated anything yet? And I'll come back to my other question after that.
Sure. So, yeah, Salesforce is making a huge investment into AI, like the entire world right now. And with our releases that are planned, we're actually looking to build a business rules engine that incorporates various. You can configure your rules that incorporates any data point of how you want to price deals or where you want to be submitting deals, and that will be the trend moving forward. Is how we can use AI to price our deals effectively and learn from the deals that we already funded from the lender perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deals that we funded, how did they perform? How did we underwrite them, right? What were the data points of that led to that offer? And eventually, what resulted with that deal? Did it end up in collections? How much was it paid in, right? How many NSFs there were, right? And with time, what you're going to get is a an engine specific to your underwriting criteria that tweaks itself automatically over time, and it's able to price more effective offers, more properly priced offers, right, with the right sell rates, with the right buy rates, right, with not giving too much money and not giving too little money, right. And what you're going to see is a lot of this tweaking over time. A lot of the systems will be tweaking itself over time. And we're that may be in the next year, 2 or 3. We're not that far out, I believe.
And I think that's a huge deal for lenders. Whatever they're using right now, they have to position themselves certain ways for investors, or even if they have an exit strategy, right? So just to make your portfolio better, you use this. I mean, essentially, machine learning is behind it as well, right? Learning, what deals are performing and what aren't, and that's when they're offering the next offer to the certain type of merchant that it falls in. So because I can go back to a company that kind of started that a while ago, and that was their thing, just to build it up, almost essentially a tech company. With that behind it, that's your assets. If you ever are looking for more investment to lend more money, essentially, that's what you need to show some of the investors nowadays. My
Yep.
other question for you was in regards to other products. So if a broker is offering term loans, lines of credit, equipment financing, invoice factoring, that all can fit into the CS broker, correct?
Yeah, we actually are releasing our our new release does contain a lines of credit module.
Okay.
And so currently we are supporting merchant cash advance and lines of credit out of the box. Equipment can be easily built in. We're going to introduce a release with equipment and slowly be adding additional verticals with time. Our
Okay.
CS Lend platform is actually in active development to handle the equipment leasing and financing workflow from end to end, from
Okay.
application intake from vendors, from dealerships or what equipment manufacturers, whatever, all the way into funding and all the way down even to tranching it out and reselling it as asset-backed security to debt sources. That's currently in active development. We hope to release that Q1, Q2 of next year.
Nice. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, and as far as the broker thing, I mean, basically they would use the broker, CS broker as the CRM. So if they do qualify for another product, they're kind of just handling it without those automations or without those features in there, right? They can still do it. They're just,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Okay. Perfect. Just
So
to clarify
yeah,
that for the viewers. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Again, Salesforce is so robust. You can, we've been able to help. Our brokers have been able to figure that on their own. They don't need our help with that.
Yeah.
And actually, that's one thing that I want to add, which is the way our systems are built. Many other Salesforce solutions out there, it doesn't matter who it is, but you're limited in what you can change or do or add. And if you want to change something, there's often a time where only the provider can change that, and you have to pay the provider to change that. You are stuck with that vendor forever if you ever want to customize it, even though it's on Salesforce. Now, we took a completely different approach.
Mhm.
We specifically invested a lot of money into being able to provide settings, switches, and levers for our customers to change on their own. So they're completely independent of us. And now, if they want our support, right, we do offer customer support for free. If they want our support, they're going to get that. But if they want to hire us to do development, they can do that as well. But it's not a requirement to make any change. They have that capabilities on their own now without having to pay us an hourly or project rate to do that.
That's the power of Salesforce. It is a monster. I loved using it back for a couple different funders that I work for. On the broker side, can't remember if I have, but all right, Jeff. So this has been great. I think it's a lot of great information, valuable to brokers, lenders, and really everyone in between, newbies or experienced veterans. So anything else that you want to mention before we get out of here?
Thanks a lot, Shane. The only final thing I want to mention is we're really excited about our products. We really believe that they're the best products you can get on the Salesforce platform. And if you're really looking to, you're really looking with that long-term vision of where you want to be in 5 years, you want to be the fastest, the best, the smartest. Salesforce is the way to go, and we are confident in our products being able to satisfy your needs. That we're offering a 90-day risk-free trial on all our products, whether it's on CS Broker, CS Lend. We have a Thomson Reuters Clear integration. We have BankLink, which is a Plaid integration. We have a credit integration with Experian, able to do soft pulls and hard pulls. And we stand by our products, and we know that they'll be able to handle the needs of your customers and this industry.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. And, I will touch base with you down the line. We'll catch up. I'm going to drop all your information down below so people know how to get a hold of you, website links and all that good stuff. So appreciate it again, Jeff, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Shane. Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
All right.